Hi, my name's Ryan Regan and this is my video presentation for my UI UX design card battle game. This is a diagram I built using Miro.com and this shows the flow of my front-end system. I'll show you the first part of the front end leading up to the player profile input system. The goal here was to create a simple player profile input screen that affords them the ability to play offline, and another option is that they get to link their social media account. So this is all on one screen. They click the social media login and then it diverts them to the next screen. As you can see from my visual hierarchy, my goal is to attract the player towards logging in via a social media platform with promises of free gifts. The option to sign in offline is there, but it's small, it's dull, whereas the social media login has got some nice colours, it's bigger, it's more attractive to the eye. The reason for this is you're able to cast a much wider net to reach a larger audience, which in turn greatens the possibility of having more units purchased. After successful login, the player is greeted with a welcome message, which then leads on to the video sequence. The video sequence introduces the player to the game before then taking them to the main menu. In the early stages of my design, I was trying to create a carousel style menu, still in 3D space, and my ultimate goal has been to make the menu, no matter where you are, be easy to navigate and within a few clicks be able to get to anywhere it is you're trying to go. Some time had passed after experimenting with this menu style system, and it turned out I just didn't have the experience necessary to create it, and content surrounding that area was very limited, so I had to switch that up. Although the carousel menu was extremely explicit in the way of affordance, I still wanted to go down that route, which is why I then created my menu to be in 3D space with objects that represented different menus, which then led to transitions to these different menu areas. So here is the main menu. These are the objects that are linked to the menus in this space. After several rounds of testing and feedback, I realised the idea was sound, but steps had to be taken to make the experience feel more genuine. Each tester verified the simplicity of the design, but most mentioned that the experience could feel better. This feedback included sounds for hovering, with animations to help improve the user experience. The transitions between the different menus was repeatedly complimented. Although I lacked the skill set to polish them further, I used Cinemachine to help the cameras blend between the spaces, which gave a nice result. Currently, the menu objects have text elements to help with affordance, whereas I tried to implement particle effects. The problem I encountered was the particle effects would show in the scene view, but wouldn't render in the game view. I spent some time researching this problem, but eventually, after multiple API searches and video tutorials, I came to the conclusion that there was some form of bug or circumstance I couldn't figure out or foresee. Starting with the leaderboard system, a tester mentioned that it would have been nice to see the stone font chiseled into the background, displaying the UI elements. I agree this would have been a great asset to fit the theme, unfortunately beyond my scope and available resources. For the purpose of this project, I opted to use the contrasting elements whilst keeping the structure simple to operate and understand. A darker background with a reduced alpha to help with the white font, pop, with the ability to scroll with the mouse wheel, click and drag, and the scroll bar to provide multiple user operations and choice. Using basic semiotic theory, a scroll bar seemed a logical choice. The return button, which is consistent between all menus, is also a good use of semiotic use. This was verified from users during testing, but the biggest verification was seeing my 7-year-old daughter navigate to the symbol instinctively when trying to return to the main menu.
You wanted to go back a second ago. Where did you think to go back was? Perfect.
Now, let's take a look at the trophy system. Similar to the leaderboards menu, I opted to use the same principles. The only difference being that there is a grid layout instead of the vertical layout system and the content. This menu is for displaying trophies earned during gameplay. I decided to use the standard gold, silver and bronze colours to represent their level of achievement over the star system popular in mobile games. Onto the options menu. For the purpose of this prototype, I included a few elements of functionality. A resolution drop-down, full screen checkbox, a graphics drop-down consisting of low, medium to high, a play tutorial checkbox, and a volume slider with mute button checkbox. All common functions in games needing no real introduction. The playable tutorial, however, when clicked, will allow the player to play the tutorial again on next play. This is made known to the player after the first playthrough. Now, onto the shop menu. Design principles here follow on from the trophy menu and the leaderboard menu. The scroll system works in the same way. The items for presentation purposes are for card back graphics or artwork, if you will. At the top, I've included a generate key button for demonstration. Once a player has enough currency, the purchase button will gain alpha to signify the item is available. When purchased, a small window is presented to the player informing them the purchase was successful and the item has been added to their inventory. This is accompanied by an audio cue to further demonstrate the purpose. The card menu. This menu houses the card inventory and, once unlocked after the first tutorial playthrough, the card creator. This is where the card backs can be assigned along with the ability to customize the player's card. Along with the text information, I included the faded padlock for semiotic purposes and to further demonstrate the area was locked. The card symbol with its audio cue and animation takes the player to the inventory. The cards are categorized by attack, defend, and power up cards. These differences are also shown by colour. On the left, there is a tab style system that allows the player to filter through their unlocked cards. There is also a page turning system incorporated for when the players have received more than 8 cards to display. The tabs would have animations along with audio cues to help with affordance. When play is selected, the player is taken to a pre-battle screen where they pick their battle order. The player has text information in descending order from the top of the screen to inform them of their needed actions. The player's cards start in the hand and they have to drag them into the battle deck in the order they wish their battle to commence. These actions come with audio cues and animations to make the user feel their actions. This encompasses a card pickup, a drop, and an alpha change when the card is being dragged. Once happy, the player clicks fight and enters the battle. Thank you for watching my presentation. Bye.